Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yay. It is a very cold Wednesday where I am. It is nonetheless a fantastic and beautiful day. So grateful to be here. Happy Hump Day to you from me, Dr. Valerie Renee Shepherd, coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. And we define self-mastery as mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life sends your way. Thank you for being here. If you're watching the recording, please hashtag recording. I love your comments and your questions and your suggestions. And remember that your presence not only serves yourself, but maybe the perfect gift for someone else. So if it's possible for you to share and let others see what you're seeing, that would be great. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. And today's question for you to put into the chat, if you feel so called, is I'm going to talk today about this topic of patience. And boy, oh boy, in my life, I've needed a lot of it. So what I'm asking is, in the title, I talk about patience being a virtue. And so why is it so hard? So when has it been difficult for you to be patient? And are you finding that being patient feels kind of empty and hollow? Patience is an interesting subject to discuss, especially with movers and shakers who are wanting things to happen quickly, especially in today's world. Today's world feels like it is a get it in the instant world where everything happens at the blink of an eye or the snap of a finger. So I looked up a couple of quotes. You know, I love quotes. So the meaning of the idea that patience is a virtue is that this ability to quote unquote wait for something, regardless of what that is, your bamboo to grow, your children to learn how to ride the bike, yourself to understand a new language, figure out a new cooking scheme, find the perfect house that you want to move into, going through that right now. Any number of things that we don't necessarily have happen in an instant. The ability to wait for something without getting angry, frustrated, feeling empty, feeling forlorn, feeling abandoned. Any form of upset, any form of that in that time period is a valuable quality. It's a valuable quality, and it's interesting that it be called a virtue, yet I've never been taught what patience looks like for me. It's been just a learn it as you go, make it up kind of thing. And I was never good at it. Even today, people tell me you're not very patient. And I have to agree. And so this is an alive question in me because there's some really beautiful things that I am playing in and working on and waiting for. When is it gonna happen? Waiting for. Some of them for years waiting for. And really answering this question for myself just made it really come forward to me to maybe talk about this today. So that's why we're dealing with this idea. This whole idea of patience. Why is being patient so hard? I saw this quote by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The indication here being once you've given the patience and you're at the outcome you've been so patiently waiting for, the fruit of that endeavor of being patient becomes sweet. It's what we want. Now, when I was talking a second ago, I was talking about how difficult it is, especially in this situation where we are a get it in an instant society. I mean, I was looking at attention spans for different populations of people, and they're amazingly low. And I saw on this one site for Cross River Therapy that said the human attention span on average, so this is mashing all of us from age 0 to age 80 or older, right? So it's the whole everything mashed together. The average attention span boils down to 8.25 seconds, which, by the way, is 4.25 seconds less than it was 20 years ago. 23 in 2000, year 2000. 20. Wow. 4.25 seconds less. That's half, a third less than it was in 2000. Amazing. But here's the other amazing thing. It's 0.75 seconds less than the average goldfish. Oopsie daisies. We peoples need to figure this out. So when I think about what I am here on the planet doing, this idea of the spiritual aspect of the universe or the multiverse, the spiritual dynamics of you, that you are not just human, that you are a spiritual human person, that those two aspects of you come into alignment and integration, and that makes the whole. You are at the same moment spiritual, the higher part of you, human, the lower part of you, meaning you're in the third dimension of earth, and the higher part of you is from the non-earth, the heaven, the ether, the metaphysical nature of the universe is both and so are you. And so when you think about this concept of patience, what am I being patient for? Why do I need to be patient? This whole idea comes in of divine timing versus my timing. My timing specifies everything's right now. Right here and now, it needs to be done. I need to get the results. I need to celebrate, and I need to move on. And many people don't even bother with the celebration. It's just, I got the results, time to move on. Beautiful. I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the question is that serving us? Is it serving us to be so bent on it's gotta be now or never? Is that serving us? Is that helping me be the magnificence that I came here to be? Is that truly where my rubber meets its road? Is that truly where that is? The ability to wait for something without getting angry, without getting worried, without becoming doubtful, without testing. I used to test. Are you still in love with me? Do you still like me? Am I still doing well? Test, test, test. I used to always be testing. Is this really what's happening? I need some indication. It made me seem very needy, very needy. I needed more and more reinforcement that I'm okay, you're okay, everything I'm doing is fine. I used to hate that word needy until I really saw how needy I was. And then I had to make peace with myself being something that I never really wanted to be, that I wasn't proud of, that I just, I didn't know how to do it better or different. And so I was doing it the best way I knew how, which was to get feedback from other people. I'm okay, I'm okay. It's still happening, it's still happening. Are we still moving in that direction? Not bad, not wrong, not necessarily serving me, not in the highest vibration, not for my highest good. So as I'm saying these things, I invite and encourage you to put them into your terms. When have I been that way? I'm not just talking to hear myself talk or even to have you hear me talk. I'm offering perspective that when you put it into your own life, you might see some things. You might feel some things. You might hear some things. Ears not necessary hearing. It's a deep inner hearing that says, whoopsie daisies. Might I do this better? Might I do this differently? Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. patience, the ability to wait for something without getting upset, angry, sad, doubtful. And why is it so valuable? Why is it so valuable? So, mechanisms in the universe that are supporting you to be in that patience. And why can't things happen instantaneously? So, here's some things to consider. What if they are? What if they're happening all the time? You know, I'm a facilitator of a prosperity and abundance group called the Raya Sposa Gathering. Raya Sposa Gathering. And Raya Sposa is an ancient Sanskrit word that means increasing wealth, property, and prosperity. Raya Sposa Gathering. And we come together every other week as a group, not to mastermind, but to learn and practice, to actually do a prosperity circle where we are practicing the behaviors, the mindset, the heart set that is at the root of spiritual prosperity, property, and wealth creation, using universal laws and timeless wisdom. And in that circle, we're reminded of what the patience is allowing to have happen and the conditions of who we want to be inside the patience. Inside the patience. So where I get to practice what the patience of Valerie, Dr. Valerie, looks like and what it's rooted in and why it's rooted there. So let's talk about these for a couple of minutes. So you've heard it's the journey, not the destination. So I've said that. I've hated it because it's this thing, this patience. When I've been waiting for something in the past, and now I'm grateful to say it's in the way past. In the past, it has been waiting in the energy of these things that are in a low vibration. Doubt, self-doubt, and doubt that I have any help from the universe. Fear that I'm waiting for the wrong thing, that I'm asking for the wrong thing, that I haven't done the right things in order to make it come to fruition. Fear that something bad's going to happen on the way while I'm in the waiting. Stress and anxiety about should I be doing this or should I be doing that? Should I be doing this or should I be doing that? Should I call this person or should I? And while I'm waiting, when other things pop up, should I do them or not do them? If I'm waiting, should I sit? Should I be patient and wait upon the Lord with doing nothing? Can you feel the energy? It's low vibration. It's anxious. Perturbation, as Buckminster Fuller would call it. Yeah. So I had all this going on. So in the energy of wanting to be patient, of telling myself patience is a virtue, patience is a virtue, patience is a virtue with my head, what I was sitting in wasn't really the stuff that makes patience expand or the stuff that supports me in my quest and my desire to feel peace inside the efforting to be patient. And should patient even involve efforting? That's another question. So in a higher vibration experience and expression, expressing patience as Dr. Valerie, in a higher vibration expression of patience, what can I be? How can I be that? So consider these things. How do I make the journey sweet? Not just the destination, not just getting there. I've been destination focused for a long time. And in the old past version, getting there was all there was. And then even once I got there, it was on to the next. I didn't even sit there and really, wow, this is great. Look where I am. Because I was always thinking that I had to do more, be more in order to be acceptable, in order to be lovable, in order to be safe, in order to be safe in my skin, in order to prove that I'm worthy. All of these things are why patience can disappear. Because in the absence of knowing we're worthy just as we are, wherever we are, in the absence of knowing we're lovable just as we are, wherever we are, whatever we've done, whatever misunderstanding, misinterpretation, distortion, whatever's going on, that we are still inherently image and likeness, that we are still inherently God nature expressing in this universe, inherently worthy and lovable. In the absence of deeply knowing that, we get into a whole lot of anxiety-ridden proving ground, which can often feel like a race against time, race against the person next to me or behind me, or race against the person who's pulling out ahead. Can often feel that way. Well, and in that stress, we work our butts off. Stress, anxiety, and when you're working your butt off, you probably feel overwhelmed. Big three that are hurting a lot of hearts right now across the world. So this idea of patience, and when you're in stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, patience feels like, oh my God, get out of my face. I get it. Been there, done that for many years, couple decades. So the journey, how do I love the journey? So here are some practical, actionable ways that you can be in more faith and trust, more positivity, higher vibration as you embrace the journey and allow yourself to feel yourself refining, that refinement, like when you polish a diamond, when things come together and make each other smooth from rubbing together. So when you polish yourself into a space of not only accepting that I need to be patient right now, that I need to seize this opportunity as a way to practice my expression of patience. Try that phrase on. I am now seizing this opportunity to practice expressing patience so that I may become more patient in my life. Patient with my own inabilities as they expand into abilities. Patient with my own discernment as I look to see where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing, who's supposed to play with me. Patient as I learn to receive as well as I give. Patient for so many things. So a couple of things. It involves this level of confidence, like cultivating the sense of all is well. Everything's okay. It is okay to feel okay. It is okay to feel okay. Like not, wah, all the time. Yay, I'm so happy. No, but it's okay just to be okay. I'm okay. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Life's going. I'm doing it. I'm in it. It's good. Yep, yep, yep. Like, it's okay to be okay. It's okay to be not okay. But it definitely is okay to be okay. So that confidence that comes from faith and trust and knowing that I will discern what's happening throughout the journey in the highest and best ways for my highest and best good. That means I am awake and aware. I'm in the present moment. I'm noticing what I notice. I'm pulling it in and asking, what in this is for me? Not every situation is about me. And so what in this is really for me? What am I to get from it? How can I contribute to it? Confidence. I got this. I got this. Then that ability to use that discernment and leverage it into action. Choosing. What am I choosing? a dear friend and transformational teacher, Jennifer Huff of The Wide Awakening, talks about choose from what presents. From what presents. So this is a way of saying what's showing up is about what is presenting. Now, when I've done this in the Wayback Machine, I was trying to push for what I wanted, not recognizing things are calling to me. I want A, a different variation of A than the one I had in my head was showing up, and I was saying no because it wasn't this. Or B was showing up and I was saying no because I'm focused on A. I asked for A. I'm waiting for A. Where's A? And B's over here going, hello, hello. Or just a variation of A is showing up going, wake up, Valerie. Come over here, Valerie. I talk in my book about my heart was calling to me and I was using my head to tell it to shut up. So you want to notice this about yourself. When are you rationalizing yourself back towards something that is not what presents, while things that are presenting, you're ignoring? Maybe you think it's a detour. It's taking you off track. It may be that you think it's about doing nothing, and therefore doing nothing doesn't deliver you to what you want. So I can't do nothing. I got to do something. This is better than nothing. I hear that a lot from students and clients. This is better than nothing. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. So doing what presents, if what presents is there's nothing happening, then maybe that is a signal to do nothing. No. So how do I do nothing? Well, for me, that became, how do I rest in the confidence that this period of doing nothing is still contributing to something happening? So I might continue my preparedness of myself. If there's nothing for me to do out there, what can I do by going inward? How can I serve and support the gestation that is calling to me, the gestation period that is necessary in the situational dynamics that are unfolding for me? How can I turn inward? What do I need to grow? What skill might enhance where I'm going to end up? And maybe this gestation time that is not stagnation is an opportunity for me to create the wherewithal that is going to benefit me at the destination. Patience is bitter, but the fruits are sweet. So then you choose paths by what presents. You stay focused on the end game, not the in-between stuff. You stay more focused on, I'm doing this and I'm going there. I'm doing this now and I'm going there. I'm doing this now and I'm going there. Oh, I'm doing this now and I'm going there. I'm doing this now and I'm going there. Yeah, I'm doing this and it's contributing to that. In a total belief, like this total faith and trust. The universe has my back, my sides, my front, my up, my down. Every part of me is being supported and loved and delivered to what's in my highest good. And so we're being in that confidence, stay focused where we're going, instead of banging our head against the wall of something that is not presenting. Experience all of these things with an open-hearted yes. Yes, I'm willing to play in this. Yes, I'm willing to take a detour. Yes, I'm willing to have a rest period. Yes, I'm willing to say, wonder what that means. Curiosity is your greatest friend in the company of patience. Curiosity is your greatest friend in the company of patience. I wonder what this rest is preparing me for. I wonder how beautifully, how synchronistically this rest is going to support and serve me to have exactly what I want on the perfect timing, how everything is going to be so exquisite. One of the things that I do as a part of my supplying confidence is I surround myself with pictures of the outcome. I surround myself with pictures of the outcome. If I want to go somewhere, I'm surrounding myself with maps and things I want to see and do when I want to be there. If it's something that I'm working on, that I want it to come to fruition, I'll make up. Before my book came out, and even before I knew what the cover was going to be, I framed a made-up picture of what that cover was going to be with a handwritten thing on there, bestseller. Well, now I get to look at it. I mean, that book took many, many more years than I thought it would. And right before it came out, there was a health catastrophe that put it off for a whole nother year. Can you imagine that? I was so close and yet so far. So those are ways to support yourself. The most wonderful, fun thing is celebrating along the way. Celebrating along the way. So let me go over those steps. So remember, always, 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 whenever you're feeling stress, anxiety, overwhelm, upset, discomfort, you don't know what's going on, stop and breathe. Allow yourself to take in oxygen. Breathe for a few minutes. If you can, breathe for a half an hour. But in the middle of a meeting, if you're in a heated conversation that you can't remove yourself from, breathe. It can help to close your eyes for a minute. Other people might not understand. That's okay. Close your eyes, go inward, and breathe. Then come back out. Become curious. What's going on here? What's the situation coming to teach me, to tell me for my own good? Stay in the celebration of unseen blessings that are already on their way to you. I don't know when it's coming, but I know I'm going to be there. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming. I don't know, but I know. Okay? So that curiosity, looking for what's presenting. Ooh, is that something? I want to feel it. I want to, maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Rejoice in unseen blessings along the way, remembering to invest in celebrating what has already shown up. There's this quote: to get more of what you want, you have to want what you already have. To have more of what you want, you have to want what you already have. A way that we can sink into the wanting what we already have is to celebrate it. Another word for being in celebration of what we have is gratitude. So how can you put gratitude to work to amplify the wanting what you already have in order to accelerate the having of what you want? How can you amplify your gratitude? You can say thank you, even just to the universe. Thank you for this. Thank you that I figured this out. Thank you that I'm getting comfortable waiting. Thank you that I'm taking the bitter seed out of patience and making the journey to the fruit just as sweet. Yay! And then it's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Do it over and over and over again. Got questions? Not sure what to do with all this? Please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and maybe a kindness for those people out there who need some more help. You could ask a question, type a comment in the chat, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for joining me, whether live or on the replay. I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the Karanaya Metta Sutra, the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. And it goes like this. Did you notice the breathing there? May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is peace, love, joy, and freedom, by the way. You just have to be it to see it. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. That's emotional freedom, not geopolitical freedom. Many blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy your hump day, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.